Welcome, welcome, welcome everyone to our closing ceremony for our Isis Mother of Magic Summit. What a week we have had. Such magic, such medicine, such unraveling, such connecting, deep, deep connections, such celebrations of life, culminating on a day where many people are celebrating Mother. We celebrate the mother that birthed us all the mothers, all the mothering we do for ourselves, all the mothers that came before us, whose wisdom gets carried down upon generations within our bones, within our cells, within our blood, within our DNA, that becomes awakened the more we connect and tune into these spiraling cycles of life and listen to the whispers of their wisdom, messages encoded, some of them secreted away for safer times. And Isis, in her unraveling mysteries, invites us to shed some of these layers of protection that had kept us from connecting to those secret messages, those ancient codes that have lain dormant within us. And so, in celebration of this dawning of this book and birth, her birth, upon the waves of water, the birthing waters of the times we were living through now, these transformational times, and what a year we're having already. We're witnessing death and the repeating of patterns of destruction and oppression, that fire stirring within us, calling us to embody this passion for life, to be the protectors like Mother Isis, the sacred keepers of these feminine waters and our sacred fires, the feminine fires. We're being called to tend to them. I trust that in your own sacred unraveling time, you will connect again and again at the perfect ripening moments to the words we have written and encoded, the transmissions within this book. And I hope that you'll feel the sparkling luminescence of those sparks you see in the fire, embers crackling and fairies, angels, little fireflies, sparks of life rising up from the embers, feeling the phoenix rise within your womb heart, your wings, your Isis wings outspreading, soaring. What do you see? Oh, what do you see when you soar? And so for our closing ceremony, we invoke all this magic. We invoke the sacred memory of rebirth, regeneration, of Isis, Mother of Magic. We invoke her presence in this sacred circle. We invoke the essence of her consciousness, which we are connected to, which we are birthed from, which we are a part of, which lives within us. We invoke this deep connection within our heart, within our womb, within our spirit. We connect to this sacred essence. And I'd like to take us on a journey, if you will join me, for this closing ceremony. Let us celebrate our life. Let us celebrate our perpetual life, our ability to be born again and again with every breath, to shed with every exhale, with every moon, with our sacred blood, or the energetic essence of that cycle. Tune into that for a moment as we prepare for ceremony. Tune in and connect to those layers, the layers upon layers of your essence, the spiraling sacred geometry of your multidimensional, multifaceted being, body, spirit, mind. Breathe here for a few moments. Out of the temple of Isis, preparing yourself to enter the temple. As I will close the door to my room where my cat has just opened. My family is downstairs thriving. Breathe here, tuning in. Perhaps in your life, you hear the essence of the vitality that surrounds you wherever you are in the world. Maybe the birds are chirping where you are. Maybe the nocturnal animals are awakening. Maybe The children are laughing. Maybe they're sleeping now. Maybe you're laying upon a bed of moss, tuning in from the landscape near your home. Wherever you are in the world, rest now, entering this liminal space, this invitation to honor the week you've had, tuning into all this medicine. Allow this to be a time of integration. For all the medicine you've received, all the activations that have occurred within your body. Breathe here. I hold within my hand what is called the bell and dorje. The bell representing the feminine, the womb. The dorje representing the masculine principle and wisdom. In sacred union together, let us enter the temple. You are now born into the temple of Isis. Feeling the desert sands underfoot. The nut canopy above you. Stars and the cosmos holding you. You are invited to traverse this night landscape, the cool desert, beckoning you into the mystery. Do you say yes? What does your heart womb say? You look and see a figure in the distance, a winged feminine shadow. She reaches out an arm, beckoning you to follow. See that you take her hand now. And she begins to fly and so do you, floating beside her, soaring across the vast desert landscape, the stars twinkling above you. Faster and faster you fly. Silhouettes of mountains in the distance, on the horizon. And then she descends to an oasis where a spring offers fresh water. Here you drink, and you know in your heart womb you are preparing for a long journey. Unbecoming and purifying and becoming. You feel a pulse of life within you. And you feel emboldened and revitalized by this water. Every cell in your body drinking up the codes that have sprung from deep within the womb of the Mother Earth. Crystalline codes transmitted from the grandmothers below. You look at Isis and you know it is time to begin your walk. You follow the river of the spring, a trickling pathway that enters the desert as the sun is rising. Feeling the sensual sinews of your muscles undulate with your gait, your hips swaying step by step, your rib cage undulating. Shoulders swaying. You walk barefoot through the desert. And you find yourself coming through beautiful marshy landscapes near the Nile now. The sand beneath your feet becomes warm as the sun rises in the sky. You feel the sun warming your skin. The air becomes heated. You smell the Nile. You smell life, new life. Entering papyrus swamps. Listening to the birds. The abundant life here. And the waters of the Nile beckon you to shed layers upon layers. Outworn shells. Of self. Who you were told to be. Shedding layers of ancestors that have supported you, but now you walk on your own feet. You tell them you can stand on your own and walk your own path. All dissolving in the waters. Shedding your skin like a snake, step by step as you walk along an ancient pathway. Underneath these layers, underneath each one, you find something new, awakened within yourself, a memory of your soul essence, integrating threads, energetic whispers, flows of liquid gold, filaments of light, unbecoming what you were, unbecoming the programs of any oppression, any whispers of should, can't, ought to, shame, whore, any negative programming that doesn't serve the abundance of regenerative life and your sacred sensual self. Each layer uncovers the sacred flame within that dances with the abundance of life. Releasing, giving over with love what you no longer want to wear, what no longer fits, what feels too tight and constricting. What dampens your laughter? What diminishes your joy? Layer after layer, unraveling. Until you feel that dance of whatever life is bringing you, stirring within. And you allow this dance to move you, allow this flame to brighten, to grow, to lengthen, to dance within you. Allowing yourself to be danced by your spirit. Trust your body to move freely. Maybe it's small little movements. Maybe it's a wild dervish spinning. Maybe it's laughter that bubbles up and rises up from your yoni. Maybe it's a feeling of wanting to descend down to the earth and kiss the earth. Allow the pulse of life to move you. This spanda, this ever evanescence flowing. This fountain of life within you. Allow your eyes to look around and feel that spark of life. Allowing it to rise up from your heart's womb. Feel that inner smile lifting the corners of your lips, your cheeks. Maybe your eyebrows get involved in this dance. Maybe your eyes flirt. Feel that sensual life. What does it feel like within you to allow that life to be reborn within you? In a different way, a new way, an old familiar way? Maybe sigh, sigh, hum. The sun sets and the stars begin to twinkle again above. Nut and her canopy holding you in this womb of the cosmic multiverse. And Isis grabs your hand and you soar again, back the way you came, spiraling, 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 twirling, back to where you began, stopping along the way to drink from the fountain of life at the oasis. You walk back, entering the portal of time and space that brought you here to this journey. You make offerings of gratitude this desert temple, the nature of earth and the liminal realm of existence that flows through you now and always. Isis whispers messages just for your ears. You offer more gratitude. Maybe you have a question for her as well. You're invited to ask her. In answer, she wraps her wings around you in a cocoon of metamorphosis. You are dissolved into the light of dreaming and find your answers in your becoming. She opens her wings, and you feel yourself shining like a star. You have all the answers you seek within you. You feel grounded and rooted upon this sacred earth. You feel a part of the greening abundance, the life that surges forth, supported by this life. Resting in the knowing and trusting in the sacred unfolding. And here we come to a close. This beautiful week we've shared together. This magical, mystical weaving, this co-creation that has formed together out of nothing into something. We heard the call. Our publisher Shannon heard the call and called out to us, and we answered, and we all called out to you, and you answered. And you call out to your sisters and brothers, and they answer in these pulsing waves of spirit. In closing, I'd like to share the beginning of my chapter with you. The Queen and the Sovereign Throne. Isis, Aset, Eset. It's a Greek form of an ancient Egyptian word for throne. I did not know this when I wrote this. I awoke and received this download, and when she spoke to me, this was when I knew I would participate in this book. Weaving the way. Once again, a wave of luminous threads weaves life into the wombs of people around the world. An awakening of sensual pleasure, a remembering of wings outspread, of soaring spirit, vision and radiance. Dragons fan the flames of inner light held in sacred chalices. Phoenix songs rise crested on the tsunami, transmitting activations, broadcasting, pulsing, epic reverberations, gentle as whispers, penetrating as the breath of life remembered at the dawn of existence. Spirit and soul reunite with body, consciousness expands as organic pathways that can never be erased or forgotten retrieve memory. Liquid light and filaments complete circuits, restoring knowledge, soul technologies, rituals, and ways of the earth. Distortions in the field dissolve, illuminating revelations of unwritten codes and systems. It is called The Unraveling, an epic story unfolding wave after wave, century after century and millennia, an infinitely blooming rose, dropping petal after petal of blood brown composting decay, earth nourishing remains of colonizing empires collapsing into the void of history. His stories are not what they seemed. The mother goddess of light whispers from womb to womb to womb, across time and space, down through generations, carrying across seas seeds to new lands and cultures. Her message the same. Love unconditionally. Awaken the fierce dragon. Live in sacred union. Alchemize your magic medicine. Know your power and weave it well with your divine nature on earth. Listen deeply. She comes to life again and again. And with that, my beloveds, my friends, my family, my sisters, my brothers, my mothers, my grandfathers, my grandmothers, my fathers. I leave you and bid you adieu, and thank you for joining our beautiful summit and entering this sacred circle. Please continue to tune in to the wonderful masterclasses. If you haven't tuned into them all, there's sacred medicine to be shared. They'll be available for 2 weeks. If you haven't already, purchase your Kindle copy or paperback copy, and share with your friends and families and circles, and spread this medicine. Keep spreading your wings and soaring. Take care of this good earth. Keep the vision, keep the prayers. Tend to the flames that ignite action for us to work together to heal this planet, to birth beauty in the world. Thank you. Sacred spiral of existence, turning on through time, turning, turning.